And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight we are here from the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway here in New Richmond, Wisconsin for a very special event here tonight. Again, tonight is the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Alton Racing. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the callers. We are into Victory Fuel qualifying right now in a field of 23 drivers have signed into the virtual pit area, all vying for the top 20 positions. And as we get ready to wrap up the qualifying results here, we'll just take a look at the format for tonight. So right now we've got 5 minutes in qualifying. Each driver gets 2 laps. We are well over through. We're just about 3.5 minutes into the qualifying session. We'll have 3 heat races on the program. Now 10 laps is the distance for the heat races. Top 5 are going to go through to the main event to lock in 15 from heat racing action. However, from qualifying, the inversion is going to be 4. So if you are 12th, 11th, or 10th, you will start on pole of heat race number 1, 2, and 3. However, if you're not inside the top 5 from the heat races, when the checkered flag gets thrown, you're going to be thrown into a consolation race where that'll be 10 laps in distance, and the top 5 are going to go through to that one. Then we'll have a 20-car field for tonight's 50-lap A main event. Before that happens, though, and after the consolation race, we've got a 5-minute warm-up session where the drivers will be able to go in and work on this raceway. Well, qualifying is done and dusted right now. And we get set to take a look at your qualifying results just quickly as they pop up on screen. The Victory Fuel qualifying session. Samuel Backman goes quick time with a 14.117 chance car. Jesse Anakin, Peyton Talbot, Caden Berry makes up your top 5. Logan Herbert, Dylan DeWitt Jr., Drew Alton, Dylan Simbala, and Kevin Hindman make up your top 10. Let's take a look at qualifying results there. We just had a look at. Let's take a look at heat race number 1. Lineup on the pole position with the 61 car of Kevin Hindman to his outside in car number 20 for Full Throttle Motorsports. That'll be Dylan DeWitt Jr. We go back to the second row. Peyton Talbot in the 14 lines up at a position number 3. Tonight's fastest qualified driver, the Mission 22007 entry of Samuel Backman, will start from position at number 4. Then we go back to row number 3 on the inside and outside. Inside from position number 5 in car number 21. That'll be Matt York on his outside. Also driving the Mission 22 number 32 entry for Full Throttle Motorsports. That is Anthony Morano. He'll line up at a position number 6. And we go back to your 4th and final row from position number 7, driving the 112 car, the Lakeside Speedway entry. That is James Rooney. And on his outside, Tom Mean in car number 12 will start from position number 8. 10 laps get put on the board here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. We get ready for heat race number 1. Lights will go out at the flag stand. So heat number 1 of the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Alton Racing here from the Cedar Lake Speedway. Kevin Hindman, Dylan DeWitt Jr. on the front row. Peyton Talbot and Samuel Backman in row 2. Matt Yorker, Anthony Morano, row 3. James Rooney and Tom Mean in row number 4. They'll make their way into corner number 3. About to come off corner number 4. The AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Alton Racing. We are racing here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. So head off down into 1 and 2. Talbot to the inside of Hindman, your race leader. Now here comes, look at Matt Yorker trying to work his way to the inside of the speedway off for turn number 4. Leading lap number 1, Peyton Talbot and Kevin Hindman. So close to call, probably about 15 1,000ths of a second at the start-finish line. Talbot's got it down into turn number 3. He'll slide it from the bottom to the top, leave it to the inside line, back open there for the 61 car of Kevin Hindman. Wheel to wheel, keep it on the 007 car. Samuel Backman fastest in qualifying, but so far just starting to struggle here in heat race number 1. Remember, the top 5 are going to go through to the main event. Everybody else will be headed to the consolation race. Talbot tries to shut the door on Hindman. Down into 1 they run. Yorker on the inside of Matt Yorker and the 21 on the inside of Dylan DeWitt Jr. as they head up into 3 and 4. DeWitt Jr. in the number 20 car. That's the yellow and white car. Here comes Backman now getting the 007 machine wound up, nearly 3 wide. He backs out of it. There's a bit of contact between DeWitt and Backman. Couple of teammates there for Full Throttle Motorsports. Very surprised to see Morano struggling at the moment here in heat race number 1. But right there, we're just past, or we're coming to past half race distance. 6 down. There'll be 4 laps left to run for Peyton Talbot in the 14T machine. Watching DeWert Jr. in the 20 car. Yorker catches the infield tyres down into turn 1. You see the front end really pick up off the ground. Meanwhile, Samuel Backman finds his way back to where he started in position number 4. Peyton Talbot in the 14T, leading the way after starting inside that second row. Put in a good qualifying effort, 4th in qualifying from memory, and looking at the way that they started this one. 2 laps left to run. Twin sticks in the air for Talbot in the 14T. Hindman in car 61 in second position. Still watching the 20 machine of Dylan DeWert Jr. Going to work is the 007 car of Samuel Back, and then Matt Yorker in that 5th and final transfer position. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go here in heat race number 1 of the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever. Into 3 and 4 we go. Checkered flag at the ready. It is Peyton Talbot will get the win in heat race number 1. Peyton Talbot gets the win. We'll take a look at your official results coming up on screen. Talbot gets the win over Hindman in second, DeWert in third, Backman 4th. Then you go back to Matt Yorker to make up your top 5. Those 5 drivers punching their ticket to the 50-lap A main event. For Anthony Morano, Ton Mean and James Rooney, well, off to a B main they go, or the consolation race. They will be headed. Heat race number 2 will look like this on the pole position. In car number 012, the 012 machine of Bowen Smith. He will lead us to the green flag. On the outside of the front row, driver the 100 machine, the Drew Alton Racing entry. That is none other than Drew Alton. He'll start from position number 2. We go back to row number 2 on the inside for YOB Racing. It is the 12 entry of Caden Berry. Will start from position number 3 to the outside of him in the Hunt the Front Motorsports or Hunt the Front Esports. The Jewel C Speed Shop number 2 car from position number 4. That is Chance Carr. Kevin Herman lines up the 33 machine from position number 5 on his outside. The 883 of Bud Molyneux lines up at a position number 6. Jacob Allen rolls off the 45 machine from position number 7, and driving the 11 machine it is Austin Motley to line up at a position number 8. Heat number 2, get ready to tackle the Cedar Lake Speedway. Here for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. And speaking of Drew, he'll be on the outside of the front row. He'll come to the green flag, and well, Bowen Smith says, let's go race them, boys. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway, Alton straight to the cushion into turn number 1 and 2, as does Chance Carr. Meanwhile, Caden Berry, he'll work it down to the inside. Now Drew Alton going to challenge Bowen Smith for the race lead. Off for turn number 4. It's going to be Bowen Smith leading the way. Meanwhile, Chance Carr will get to the outside of Caden Berry down into turn number 1 and 2, but Berry closes in on Drew Alton down the back straightaway. G chopping and changing positions here at the moment to second, third, 4th, and keep an eye on Bud Molyneux right there in position number 5. I think Chance Carr may have had 3rd at the line from Caden Berry back to 4th. Meanwhile, Drew Alton coming after your race leader of Bowen Smith down into 3 and 4 they run, but Bowen Smith, he's making the car nice and wide, doing everything possible right now to make sure that he stays down in front and starts on the outside of the front row of tonight's 50-lap main event to the Drew Alton, Chance Carr, Caden Berry. They all want to take that spot away from him because the winner of this one will start outside pole position in the 50-lap main event tonight. Alton again down to the inside, keep an eye on Chance Carr, second quickest in qualifying. Started in position number 4, courtesy of the inversion for the heat races. Cross flag sticks around 5 down and 5 to run. Bowen Smith in the 012 machine still leading the way back to Drew Alton back there to position number 2. Here comes Chance Carr in the number 2 machine for Hunt the Front. Bowen Smith makes a little bit of a mistake. Drew Alton up there copying a nudge there from Smith. There was contact, which all started with Chance Carr, and now the battle is on for the race lead. It's a drag race down into turn number 3. Alton, will he slide up? He does slide up, but Bowen Smith still back around the outside, and Bowen Smith still leading the way here in heat race number 2. 7 down, 3 to run. Chance Carr, Caden Berry right there with him to make this a 4-car battle for the race lead. Alton slides up in front of Smith. Smith turns it back underneath him. Drew Alton will lead lap number 8 as Smith goes back down to the inside. Alton goes back to the cushion, as does Carr and Berry, but it's Drew Alton leading the way down into 3 and 4 we go. White flag, do not get white flag fever. Drew Alton, one more lap around Cedar Lake Speedway to start on the outside of the front row of tonight's 50-lap main event for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever. Presented by Drew Alton Racing into 3 and 4 they go. Look at this battle for second and third is on at the line. Oh boy, Bowen Smith and Chance Carr really close there at the start-finish line. We'll wait for the official timing and scoring to come up in this one. But we know Drew Alton is going to get the win. Results for heat race number 2. Drew Alton is confirmed your winner from Bowen Smith. Then second back to Chance Carr by what is 23 one-thousandths of a second in third position. Caden Berryhome in fourth. Bud Mulliner rounds out your top 5. And those 5 drivers locking into the main event tonight. Kevin Herman, Jacob Allen and Austin Motley off to the consolation race they go. And our third and final heat race of the night comes to you like this. On the pole position, driving the Full Throttle Motorsports number 79 car, that is Dean Reynolds. Dylan Simbala lines up the 61 machine from position number 2. Dylan, apologies if I got that name wrong. Feel free to let me know. Logan Herbert rolls off the 6 machine from position number 3. Jesse Anakin in the Hunter Front Esports. Majulisi Speed Shop number 1 car from position number 4. Russ Mean lines up the 21 machine from position number 5, and the 31 car of Fred Hoffman will start from position number 6. And Robert Puckett lines up the 30 machine from position number 7. It should be a good one. Keep an eye on that second row, Herbert and Enterkin. Lights are out. Safety car will make its way to the pits very fast down the front straightaway and heads and shoots off into the pits into turn number 1. Dean Reynolds has got the field at the ready. The green flag is out. We are underway. Heat race number 2. Keep an eye on Anakin and went third quick in Victory Fuel qualifying earlier on today. Meanwhile, Logan Herbert now going to dive down to the inside. A bit of contact there with Dean Reynolds. And now we've got a change and a new race leader at the start-finish line. Herbert will lead lap number 1. Anakin follows suit down to the low side. Meanwhile, Reynolds, Simbala, Hoffman, they're all working to the top side of the raceway. Russ Mean in the 21 car also trying to work it down low as they come off turn number 4. It's still Logan Herbert leading the way, 2 down, 8 to run. You just see that these cars are really starting to use different lines in turn number 1 and 2. Reynolds trying to come back after Jesse Anakin into 3 and 4, but Anakin's got the run up above the slick and right through the middle of the speedway. He'll do the same thing down into 1 and 2, but Reynolds is going to have a good look on the inside. It's going to be that extra speed that is going to hurt the 79 car, that Full Throttle Motorsports Super car series of Dean Reynolds. Meanwhile, Logan Herbert from that inside of the second row, and the second row have really made quick work of the rest of the field here in heat race number 3. Third and final heat race of the night, mind you, here for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Drew Alton Racing. Simbala in the 61 car after starting on the outside of the original pole set of the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. They hold down the 3rd and 4th position on the raceway. Meanwhile, Fred Hoffman in car 31. He's got that 5th and final transfer spot. He is on the bubble, but he's not content with that just yet because with 4 laps left to run, he is coming after Simbala in the 61 car as they work it down into 3 and 4. And Russ Mean in the 21. He's on the outside looking in. He's close to a transfer position. He can taste it. He's almost got one hand on it. But man, I'll tell you what, Hoffman, he gets a run back on the outside. And this good battle on right now for the final transfer position between Hoffman and Mean in the 21 and the 31. Meanwhile, just in front of them is Simbala and Reynolds are also battling it out for 3rd and 4th. So you got 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position. And at this stage, if these 4 drivers continue on with the way they're going, 3 of them are going to transfer directly into the main event. Look at this. You've got top, you've got bottom. What more could you want here from Cedar Lake Speedway? White flag is out. 1 lap left to go right now for Logan Herbert. But this battle for the transfer position is on. They'll come off turn number 4. It is going to be Logan Herbert getting the win. Second will go to Jesse Anakin. Third at the line is going to be Dean Reynolds. And we'll go back to Dylan Simbala in 4th. Fred Hoffman makes up your top 5, followed by, in fact, look at that, Hoffman and Simbala looking at about 1/1000th of a second. Let's take a look at your results for heat race number 3 before we move into the consolation race. Herbert gets the win from Enterkin Reynolds. Then you go back to Simbala and Hoffman, 1/1000th of a second to lock themselves into the show. Mean and Puckett off to the B main. They run. And speaking of the B main, it is up now. Let's take a look one very quickly. Yes, 10 laps, top 5 is going to go through to the A main event, just to make sure. We just wanted to double check that one. We did hear race control give the drivers briefing earlier, but Anthony Morano in the 32 car lines up on pole position. Kevin Herman in car 33 will start from position number 2. We go back to row number 2. It's going to be an all-Mean row. On the inside, it's Russ Mean in the 21. To the outside, it's a 12 of Tom Mean. They'll start from position number 3 and 4. Jacob Allen rolls up the 45 car from position number 5 and the 30. Robert Puckett lines up at a position number 6. And we go back to your 4th and final row to make up the 8 cars for your consolation race. Driving the 112 car, that is James Rooney and Austin Motley in car number 11. Will start from position number 8. This is your admin box B main here from the Cedar Lake Speedway for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Drew Alton Racing. We haven't had to show this one, but again, a big thank you to, of course, Drew Alton Racing for being the replay sponsor and also being the presenting sponsor as well. So the drivers will get the 1 to green signal off for turn number 4. Looks like Kevin Herman missed the start or did not make it back for your B main. So that will move in. That will in fact move the outside row up. So they don't change from 3rd to 2nd. They move the entire outside row up. So that should put the 12 car of Tom Mean to the outside of the front row. Robert Puckett in the 30 machine to position number 4. And Austin Motley in car number 11. He'll move to position number 6. Anthony Morano going to be very hard to beat in this one. No doubt. I've seen this guy run Thursday nights, week in and week out. He's going to be one tough competitor here in tonight's 10-lap B-main, but also he might be one to watch, also to pick up maybe a hard charger for the Spring Fever, thanks to Buckeye Racing Network. Green flag is out. In fact, we're already 1 lap into this 10-lap affair, and remember, top 5 are going to go through. Meanwhile, look at James Rooney in the 112 car. So 7 cars took to the green flag. Puckett in the 30 machine, just a little out of shape there as the drivers are starting to work their way and try and get a handle on the raceway here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Motley trying to come through now. Puckett into the concrete wall in the front straightaway. Austin Motley in car 11. He'll move into position number 5, and just like that, Kevin Herman is in fact on the raceway. I can tell you that right now. So he's missed the start, but he is on the racing surface. There he is in car number 33, but he's got a long way to go. He's some 4 seconds away from Robert Puckett in the 30 machine. Russ Mean coming after Morano. I'm going to say Morano pretty content right now. Just sitting there, just turning laps, knowing that, well, he's got one of the 5 transfer spots on lockdown at the moment, and maybe taking it easy right now in the 32 car. The Mission 22 Full Throttle Motorsports entry. Seen competing on a regular week with Thursday night with the series that we cover. Pair of 12s, well, a 12 and a 112 going at it. Tom Mean and James Rooney. Tom Mean has got it for the moment. He just goes right through the middle of the speedway, and already we've completed 6, about to complete 7 laps of this 10-lap affair in the B main. Don't forget, after this one, we do have a 5-minute warm-up session scheduled where the drivers, I don't know if the track is going to get reset or whether we're just going to let the drivers work in the racetrack. So after this, we'll take a commercial break and we'll come back. But we've got to get through these final, what is now going to be 2 laps here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. I'll tell you, Kevin Herman, you can see, due to the timing screen, because he missed the start of the race, it doesn't actually show him on the timing screen, but I can tell you Kevin Herman is in 7th position as the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go for the 32 car, driving the Mission 22 Full Throttle Motorsports entry into 3 and 4. We go for the final time. It is going to be Anthony Morano, cool, calm, and collected. An easy win for Morano. Russ Mean kept him honest all race long. Tom Mean in 2nd, in 3rd position. Sorry, James Rooney in 4th. And it's going to be Austin Motley to make up this 5 cars that will transfer to the main event. So just dealing with some other stuff there. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at your consolation race results. Anthony Morano gets the win from Russ Mean. Tom Mean in second and third. James Rooney fourth. Austin Motley makes up your top five. Unfortunately for Jacob Allen, Kevin Herman, Robert Puckett, unfortunately their nights for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever is done. All right, we're just going to take a quick commercial break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back. We'll pay some bills on the other side of this. Your A main event. The AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing, live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted and league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing, as we get set for your 50-lap A main event here from the Cedar Lake Speedways. We get ready. Let's take a look at your starting lineup to see who is going to start where in tonight's A main field. 20 cars getting set to do battle, lining up on the pole position. Heat race number one winner, the 14T of Peyton Talbot on the outside of the front row. The 100 machine of Drew Alton will start from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 6 car of Logan Herbert from 4, the 61 of Kevin Heineman. Row 3 on the inside of Leo 12 of Bowman Smith. On the outside, the 1 car of Jesse Enterkin from position number 6. Dylan DeWord Jr. in the 20 will start position number 7. The 2 of Chance Carr lines up at a position number 8. Dean Reynolds in the 79 will start from position number 9. The 007 Samuel Backman starts position number 10. Position number 11 will be the 12 car of Caden Berry from 12. The 61 of Dylan Simbala. Matt Yorker in the 21 starts position number 13. The 883 of Bud Molyneux lines up at a position number 14. From position number 15 with the 31 car of Fred Hoffman. From 16 to 32 of Anthony Morano. From 17, Russ Mean. Now to 18, Tom Mean in the 12 car. From position number 19, the 112 of James Rooney. And from 20th and your final starter in car number 11, it is Austin Motley. 50 laps on the board. These drivers do have one fast repair. Yes, Chad, let's go race cars. Go, go. Who is going to take out the A main tonight? Here from the Cedar Lake Speedway. Who is going to be your AssasinDesigns Spring Fever main event winner? It's time to go racing as they work it down into 3 and 4. Jesse Ennick, not sure what happened to him, but the 1 car is not in the field at the moment. Green flag is out. Peyton Talbot leads him down into 1 and 2 as the green flag is underway. Drew Alton in the 100 machine fends off the challenge from Logan Herbert. These top three, they all picked up heat race wins earlier on this evening. Of course, we had Anthony Morano picking up the win in the admin box B main. Slider from Alton on Talbot. Talbot works back to the inside. Who is going to be the hard charger? Thanks to Buckeye Racing Network. Well, we'll have to wait and find out. And just like that, we're already 2 laps into the main event. Oh boy, the top two, they both caught a piece of the concrete wall. We have got a big one. Chance car in the 2 car. Take a look at your Drew Alton Racing instant replay. Looks like Bowen Smith may have moved up on him. Oh, Carr and Smith just coming together. Like I said, these guys do have one fast repair that they are allowed to go and use. Let's go put a hotkey in this, shall we? There we go. Look at that. I can do whatever I like. Alright, wait for race control to make a decision on what is going to happen and who's going to the back. But again, a big thank you to, of course, tonight from Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thank you to, of course, AssasinDesigns for being the title sponsor of the Spring Fever. And again, a big thank you to, of course, Drew Alton Racing for being the presenting and the caution or replay sponsor for the night. Get a big thank you to, of course, Buckeye Racing Network for being tonight's A-Main Hard Charger Award. Of course, we had earlier on the night the Victory Fuel qualifying. Thanks to those guys for coming on board. And, of course, our B-Main sponsored by Admin Box. Make sure you check them out on all the social media channels. Of course, Buckeye Racing Network looks after the 360 Wing Sprint cars on a Monday night from, I think it's about 8 or 8:30. So make sure you check them out on YouTube as well. So wait for the lights to come on or go out on the racing.com safety car. 3 down with 47 to run. It's probably too early to tell right now on who's going to go to victory lane, whether these drivers, whether they're running the 358 modifieds or whether they've chosen to go with the big horsepower in the big block modifieds. So now, I can see the 1 car of Jesse Ennekes, so he's actually going to come on the raceway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reload my timing and scoring just so it shows him in the standings on the left. Otherwise, for everyone playing at home, you won't be able to see the 1 car of Jesse Ennekes, but I can tell he's getting a wave around or two. So sometimes you can't help but be forced to deal with some mechanical issues and being on the PC. Lights are out. We're back to green off turn number 4, 3 down. And just like that, timing and scoring comes back up here at Cedar Lake Speedway. And Logan Herbert going to challenge for the race lead off for turn number 4. Peyton Talbot still leading the way. Slider from Herbert. Look at Dylan DeWert Jr. right on the inside. Here comes Drew Alton now in the 100 car. Alton going to slide nearly. He's going to stay mid-track. He knows that Herbert's there on the outside. Herbert will go outside, inside. Slider on Talbot. Talbot back underneath him, and Talbot back to the race lead as they go and head off into turn number 3. This is going to be the run that could change it all, but there's still plenty of laps left to run. But still, Peyton Talbot, your race leader, hits hard onto the concrete wall in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Herbert with a slider. Talbot back to the inside, down into 3. So it's almost like a tennis match right now. You throw a slider, I'll throw a slider. Everybody throws a slider. Peyton Talbot still the race leader by probably about 44 1,000th of a second. Herbert looks the goods at the moment. Another big slider coming from Talbot in the 14T. But just like that, it's going to be Logan Herbert to lead what is lap number 7. Samuel Backman after taking out the Victory Fuel fastest qualifier earlier on tonight. Here comes Herbert with a run on the outside. Now Talbot going to go down low into 1. Backman picking up the Victory Fuel qualifying fast time award. We are going to go yellow. Take a look at your instant replay. So where this all started with. It all started with the 112 car of James Rooney. He had Anthony Morano on the inside. Your admin box B main winner. And unfortunately, as we come back live, thanks to Drew Alton Racing for the replay sponsor and also being the presenting sponsor of tonight's AssasinDesigns Spring Fever. Big thanks to, of course, Regal Promotions as well, allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt to be a chance to showcase the modifieds. And they race on a regular basis on a Monday night. 360 sprint cars broadcasted live on the Buckeye Racing Network on YouTube. Make sure you check them out. And just to recap, you see the sponsors rotating up at the top right. Victory Fuel being your qualifying sponsor for this evening's Spring Fever, the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever. Admin Box being tonight's B main sponsor, which was of course won by Anthony Morano. There you see the AssasinDesigns being the title sponsor of the Spring Fever. Of course, Buckeye Racing Network for being tonight's hard charger of the Spring Fever. And again, broadcasting Monday nights Regal Promotions 360 sprint cars. And there is the RP Regal Promotions logo. So once we go back green, it'll be 10 down with 40 laps to run. So if you look at percentage-wise, we are 20% of the way complete. So 1/5 of this feature race is done. So lights are out. The field is doubled up into 2x2 formation. Logan Herbert gets back on the loud paddle. We're back underway. They head off down into 1 and 2 one more time. Here the darkness at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Drew Alton now having a good look on the inside of Peyton Talbot as they work into 3 off for turn number 4. Talbot still holds on to the runner-up position. Here is your Victory Fuel qualifier, fastest qualifier of Samuel Backman in that 007 car. Geez, looking really good, really racy right now as he's all over the back of Drew Alton. Down into turn number 3 and 4 they run. Kevin Hindman, Caden Berry will go side by side. Kevin Hindman in the 61 car up to position number 5. Reynolds nearly got all crossed up as here comes Chance Carr on his inside. Berry moves up. Here comes Matt Yorker to the inside. Dylan DeWert Jr. Oh boy, they're beating and banging, biffing and barging, huffing and puffing. Bud Molyneux in the 883 car stopped in turn number 3 and 4.
Turn 4.
Let's take a look at the Drew Alton Racing instant replay. So keep an eye on the 883. Gets into Dean Reynolds there, but they keep it going. And it just gets into him again, and then in comes the cars piling in. I believe that was Motley in the 11 car, and unfortunately you just see Bud Molyneux well, unfortunately go back to the pits because you see Jesse Anakin just starting to move through the field. So again, these drivers have one fast repair. They're also allowed to call for a 2-minute timer, which they're allowed to use, and no guaranteed time inside the last 10 laps. So you can see Anthony Morano back in the pits, Austin Motley in the pits, Caden Berry back in the pits, Tom Mean also in the pits. So 4 cars in the pit area. I believe you look at the times, Caden Berry, using one of those fast repairs, as was Austin Motley. But you can only assume that Tom Mean and or Anthony Morano have caught a 2-minute timer. So we'll wait for the lights to go out on the iRacing.com pace truck, the official pace truck that is. See if the lights turn off. If they do, which means we are 1 to green. If not, we're going to stay yellow flag conditions at the moment. So again, assuming that Anthony Morano, after already using a quick repair, again, Morano picked up the admin box B main win earlier on tonight. We started with 20. We've currently got 18 on the racetrack. So Tom Mean, 2 laps down. Let's see if Tom's on the raceway. Yes, they make that 19. So we're just waiting on the 32 car of Anthony Morano. And don't forget, Monday nights with the Buckeye Racing Network, the Regal Promotions 360 Wing Sprint cars in action. Next Monday night. So they're closing in on the 2-minute timer as Anthony Morano. You can see the 1 minute 20 clock has just been ticked over, which means that he should be ready to come back out onto the raceway. Lights are still on, so there could be 2 to green for the moment. I'll catch up to the safety car, and then they'll get back up into the double file restart. 14 down, 36 to go. Tom Mean just getting a couple of wave around laps just then. And the lights are out, which means we are 1 to green. So instead of going on a double file restart, they've opted to stick with the single file restart. And you can see the 32 car just making his way out of the pits right now. And he will tag up to the back end of this field. We'll get ready to go racing once again. A main time for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. And speaking of Drew, he'll restart in 3rd position. Boy, you got a good start there on the inside of Peyton Talbot. Alton now down low, down into 1 and 2. Look at how many cars go straight to the cushion, straight to the concrete in 1 and 2. And they will go slider line top as well. Here comes Samuel Backman in the 007 machine. Tonight's Victory Fuel fastest qualifier has now made his way to position number 3, but he's into the concrete wall. Hindman goes inside, so just like that, he loses 1, 2, and 3 positions. Yorker slides up right across the nose of Samuel Backman. So all that work has now just been undone by one simple mistake by the 007 car, the Full Throttle Motorsports Mission 22 car. Chance car involved in the first caution of the night. Just looked like what looked like to us as a racing deal. He's up to position number 7. Make that 6. Backman into the back of Yorker. Yorker keeps it going, and Backman, he backed out of the gas, so he was able to let Matt Yorker keep that car pointed in a forward direction. Meanwhile, there's almost a challenge. There's going to be a challenge for the race lead. Peyton Talbot leads from Peyton Talbot chasing down your race leader of Logan Herbert. Will go yellow. So I can only assume so this could be the Drew Alton Racing instant replay. So the 11 car of Austin Motley just pulled up on the back straightaway because the cars were on the back stretch, which brought on the caution. Big thanks to Drew Alton Racing. Hey MX, yeah mate, doing well. Yeah, a little bit sick, but you know we deal with it and we continue to broadcast races. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Jamming away. Nice to hear, brother. Nice to hear. So Logan Herbert, your race leader, with 31 remaining once we go back green. Hopefully the lights will go out on the iRacing.com safety car. We'll see if anyone has called the 2-minute timer. Nope, lights are out. And looks like we're going to stay single file restart. Anthony Morano still back in the pits, getting some work done on the 32 car after picking up the admin box B main win earlier on this evening. So Morano is going to come back out onto the raceway, and he'll tag up to the tail end of the field, and just like that, we'll go back racing. 31 laps left to go for Logan Herbert. Here for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. Talbot down to the inside on Herbert, down into 3 and 4. Slider not quite complete. He backed out of the throttle and left the lane there for Logan Herbert. Meanwhile, Drew Alton in the 100 machine. Boy, I tell you what, he's really showing some good speed here in the early parts of this 50-lap main event. And just like that, we're just under a handful of laps away from half race distance. Herbert, Talbot, and Alton your top 3. Then you go back to Kevin Heineman in 4th position. Chance Carr makes up your top 5. Matt Yorker, Samuel Backman, Dean Reynolds, Dylan Simbala, and Bowen Smith in the 012 car. That's your top 10. Bit of a gap and a bit of a battle here. Back for 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th position. Look out the 31 car of Fred Hoffman. He was all over the racetrack there on the front straight and got really tight. Jesse Anakin starting to come through. He's made his way to position number 3. And Anakin, he went second quick in Victory Fuel qualifying earlier on tonight. Enter Kern to the middle. Look at Hoffman getting a run on the outside. Caden Berry on the inside. And they were 3 deep, selling cheap off turn number 2. And they'll do the same once again, 3 deep. Still selling cheap. Now it's 2 wide as Anakin Willie looks to slide up in front of the 31 car. No leaves. Hoffman a lane on the outside. And Fred Hoffman in car 31. Gee, I tell you what, he's putting it to Jesse Anakin. Anakin throws a slider. Moving up to Dean Reynolds, who's got Dylan Simbal in the 61 car. Along with Bowen Smith, they're working the top of the raceway. Samuel Backman watching 4th and 5th position right now. Kevin Hyman in the 61. Meanwhile, Chance Carr in car number 2. Again, he'll stay low off for turn number 2. 28 laps complete as they come off turn number 4. Logan Herbert, your race leader. He's led for probably the last, I want to say, 15 to 20 laps. It was a good battle at the start of the night between Logan Herbert and Peyton Talbot, with the pair trading blows, trading sliders, and Talbot has not let him get by and not let him get away. And that's good to see, knowing that Talbot's got some speed in the 14T. A lap away from 20 laps left to run here in the A main of the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. Down low goes Talbot off turn 4, staying to the top side, staying true to the cushion. In 3 and 4 is Logan Herbert. 30 down and 20 to go. Gee, you don't want to miss this battle and the potential change for the race lead, but you also want to go back and showcase the other drivers because you've got 20 cars. Here goes the slider, just as they started to pan away. Talbot with a slider, parks it on the nose of Herbert, and now Herbert, so Talbot using what Herbert done to Talbot earlier on in the night. Here comes Drew Alton now in the 100 machine, so a 3-way battle for the race lead. Alton looking for a run on the outside of Talbot. They made contact, and that lets Logan Herbert get away just by a little bit, couple of tenths of a second, and that's all that Logan Herbert needs right now. So a bit of breathing room for the 6 car of Logan Herbert on 611. Talbot, Alton still in the runner-up in the podium positions. Meanwhile, Hyman and Carr still going at it for 4th and 5th position. Alton with a slider on Talbot. Talbot back to the inside. They run off turn number 2. And this is exactly what Logan Herbert will want to see in the rear vision mirror. And if they don't run mirrors, if he's got a spotter, this is what the spotter will be telling. Hey, they're throwing sliders. They're going to slow each other up. And just like that, it was 2 tenths quicker for Logan Herbert there on the previous lap. And that's exactly what sliders can do when you're battling for positions. Gee, Logan Herbert, he is starting to get a move on right now. Peyton Talbot in the 14 car, the 14T. They'll come up to Tom Mean in the 12 car, lap car. Meanwhile, chance car, Kevin Hyman again. They were side by side towards the exit of turn number 4. They'll just fall in line, nose to tail, run on the top side of the racetrack into turn 1, and they'll do the same thing into 3 and 4. Although chance car, he's somewhat staying mid-track and using somewhat of a little bit of a cutback line. And now here goes Carr with a slider attempt on the 61 of Hyman. Hyman says, not just yet. Not yet, Chance. I still want the 4th position. Lap car staying true to the bottom side of the raceway, just letting the cars on the lead lap, and we are yellow. Looks like it's going to be Bud Molyneux. Bud Molyneux in the 883 car. Now, whether he was a car coming late into the picture. Oh, yeah, he was. Let's go to Bowen Smith. So what happened to the 012 car of Smith? Oh, just came up across the nose of the 1 car of Jesse Anakin. And hard contact for Bowen Smith. Just moving up on Jesse Anakin there on the back straightaway. So back live, back from your Drew Alton Racing instant replay. And 10 laps left to run. Look at Drew Alton just pull up alongside Peyton Talbot there in the 14T, just to let him know that he is there. So again, no guaranteed time in the work area now. Bowen Smith, Tom Mean, a lap down. Let's try and find out who is in the pits. Nobody's in the pits, so Austin Motley and Bowen Smith looks like they are out of the event. Lights are out and a double file restart with 10 to run. An interesting move as we get set for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever main event to resume off turn number 4. Green flag is out and we are back underway in tonight's A main event. Alton will look to slide up in front of Talbot, does so as Talbot tries to cut it back down to the inside, 3 wide for a split second off turn number 2. Oh boy, there's contact down into 3. They run. Chance Carr going to get the worst of that one. And Kevin Hyman, here comes Matt Yorker. Hyman going to be the big winner out of that one. He'll move to a podium position, 3 wide. Talbot on the inside. Matt Yorker back to position number 5. Here comes Jesse Anakin with a late charge in this one in the 1 car. Remember, he missed the start of tonight's main event, but an early caution. He was able to come out onto the raceway. He was able to get his laps back, and again, sometimes as a driver, you just can't help but want mechanical issues, as I like to call them. You just can't help it, and sometimes you drop out of the server. Dylan DeWert Jr., Matt Yorker, 3 wide with Jesse Anakin down in the middle of 1 and 2. Chance Carr again. They'll go 2 by 2 down the back straight away. Kevin Hyman. Look at the 61 car running a different line, watching Anakin and DeWert go at it for positions number 5 and 6. Anakin, right rear quarter panel, hard off the concrete wall in the middle of 1 and 2. And just like that, 45 laps complete. 5 laps left to run here in the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. DeWert Jr. to the inside on Entigan one more time down the back straightaway into 3. Yorker comes back to the outside of Chance Carr. Then you go back to Dylan Simbala, Caden Berry. That makes up your top 10. But right now, your race leader of Logan Herbert still leading the way by 5, 6, 7/10 of a second over Drew Alton. And here comes Alton. Boy, he was trying something different as they run with 3 to go right now. Watching the 61 car of Kevin Hyman. Closes in on Drew Alton in the 100 car down the back straightaway. Twin sticks in the air, 2 laps left to run. We watch Drew Alton in the 100 car. Can he hold on for a second place finish here tonight in the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever? A main event presented by Drew Alton Racing into 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. If Logan Herbert gets to the front straight away, if he gets to the white flag, which he does, we race it out to the start-finish line. So whatever happens from here on out, we've got no control over. Back straight away for the final time. The AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Drew Alton Racing. Main event winner is going to be Logan Herbert. Logan Herbert is going to win tonight's A main event of the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. Matt Yorker will be your Buckeye Racing Network hard charger, up 5 positions in tonight's A main event, courtesy looking down to the bottom right, and also Fred Hoffman moving up 3 spots as well. Let's take a look at your full field rundown for the 20 cars. Logan Herbert gets the win over Drew Alton in second. Kevin Heinemann to make up your podium. We'll chat to those 3 drivers here in a moment's time. Peyton Talbot comes home in 4th. Dylan DeWert Jr. makes up your top 5. Jesse Anakin from 6th. 7th will go to Chance Carr. Matt Yorker in 8th. Caden Berry 9th. And Dylan Simbala to make up your top 10. We go over the page in the final field. Here's Dean Reynolds in 11th. 12th was Fred Hoffman. 4th. 13th was Anthony Morano. 14th, Samuel Backman. Russ Mean makes up your top 15. Bud Molyneux in 16. James Rooney 17. And the last car on the lead lap. 1 lap down was Tom Mean in 18th position. And then just 2 DNS in your 20-car field. That was Bowen Smith in 19th and Austin Motley to make up the 20-car field. Well, 50 laps is complete. We'll chat to your top 3 here in a few moments' time. In fact, let's go trackside right now. 3rd place driver here tonight in the number 61 car. It is Kevin Heinemann. Kevin, congratulations on a 3rd place finish here tonight. And I'm going to say this car was a top 5 car all night, and a little bit of luck towards the end of that one. But hey, you'll take a 3rd place, right?
Yeah, I think it was really the product of the last restart being on the top, but hung in there. It was all right.
Well, big blocks up against the small blocks. Just let everyone know what you're in and how you're able to sort of get around here and feel comfortable.
I'm in a big block, and I don't think I passed quarter throttle after lap 10, so just really light on it and tried to keep it straight.
Well, 50 laps around the City Lake Speedway is always going to be tough to keep this car up front with a field of 20 drivers. Any one of these drivers could have won tonight. Were you happy overall with the setup and how you felt in the car?
Yeah, honestly, I've never. Usually, I'm in a lot of official stuff, so that was really my first race without a mirror. So it was I liked the racing. It was much better without mirrors, and I think I'll be back.
Kevin, well done on 3rd place here for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. Before we let you go, mate, we'll let you thank everyone involved on the 61 car.
Oh, it's just myself. I just do my own stuff here, so thanks.
Simple, clean, and effective. Kevin Heinemann, home in 3rd place tonight in the number 61 car. Home in 2nd place tonight, he is the number 100 machine of Drew Alton. And Drew, congratulations on this 2nd place finish here tonight. Boy, that last restart made you work for it. And I'm going to say those last sort of 15, 20 laps, must have been pretty fun to be a part of.
Oh, for sure. It wasn't a bad race. I kind of stepped on it a couple times, so I think we could have done a little bit better behind the wheel, and we probably could have at least thrown a slide job for the lead.
Talk us through the differences in the racetrack in 1 and 2 compared to 3 and 4. And I noticed a lot of drivers sort of kept getting stuck into the concrete wall in 1 and 2 compared to 3 and 4.
Yeah, the 1 and 2 at the end, the cushion just got so thin and it was kind of like bumpy on exit, where I was kind of having a little bit of trouble rotating and getting in to be able to hit your quarter panel just right. And some laps I could hit it and I would be a rocket ship in the other laps. And the other times I just kind of screwed up like the last one. But 3 and 4 was just kind of, you kind of got to choose your own line. There was multiple lines that worked pretty good. You could either throw it in and kind of stomp on it, or you could do like what Herbert was doing on a little bit of a slider.
Well, Drew, congratulations on the run-up finish here for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. Drew, before we let you go, mate, we'll let you thank everyone involved on this 100 car.
Yeah, I gotta thank Drew Alton Racing and all my guys. I put in a lot of work in all my stuff, and it has came a lot of way since it started. Hawk Performance Specialties, Trav City Contractors, Bus End the Graphics, TLB, Snick Bike Cuts. My parents do so much for me. I wouldn't have this beautiful sim rig or even have be in this race without them. And my grandparents for paying for helping with me with my RL racing. I couldn't do it then. I would without Andrew and all this. I figured this out last minute. So thank you for him to put it on and her on the win.
There we go, guys. Drew Alton, your runner-up driver here tonight from the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever. And, well, the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever has to have one winner, and that winner comes courtesy of the 611 car of Logan Herbert. Logan, congratulations on this victory, boy. I've got to say, those first sort of 15, 20 laps with slide job battle with Peyton Talbot there, that must have been fun to be a part of.
For sure. Payne's an awesome driver. I just didn't make any mistakes. I'm surprised he didn't get around me there.
Couple of cautions where we had the single file restarts and sort of towards the middle of that race. Then, well, a curveball being thrown to you guys late in that race with about 10 or 11 to go. It went to double file. Were you surprised to see that it go double file?
Yeah, we stayed single file the whole race, and the double file, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I guess I ended up getting a pretty good start and ended up holding off Peyton and Drew Alton for the win.
It took us through some what it was like to try and change up the restarting positions, in turns 3 and 4, because if you go at the same time, drivers will pick up on that pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's a couple times I decided I was going to go a little late just to throw off the timing of the restarts because Peyton started catching on for a minute, but we had a couple of them, so I just had to keep changing it up, change the speed, and change where I fired, and I guess I did a good job at it.
Logan, congratulations on the victory here tonight for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Drew Alton Racing. Logan, before we let you go, maybe we'll let you thank everyone involved on this race car.
Yeah, Gears Unlimited, Public Enemy Setups, Card 744, Sean McPhee, Brad Michalowski, and that's all.
There we go, guys. Logan Hermit, your winner here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever, presented by Drew Alton Racing. Again, we'll just recap what we just seen here this evening. Of course, we'll start off with qualifying. It was Samuel Backman picking up the Victory Fuel fastest qualifying course with the inversion on the heats, which the total number was 4. Heat race winners were Peyton Talbot got the win in heat race number 1 from position number 3. Heat race 2 winner was Drew Alton. He got the job done from the outside of the front row. And then Logan Herbert got the job done in heat race number 3 from the inside of that second row course. Then we said we had a consolation race, which 8 cars took to the racetrack for 10 laps. And we took the top 5 from that one, of course, getting the win from the pole position in your admin box. B main was Anthony Morano. But of course, when it came to the feature event, we had a number of things. Of course, we had the Drew Alton Racing presenting sponsor, along with AssasinDesigns being the title sponsor for the event of the Spring Fever. But of course, we had the Hard Charger Award, thanks to Buckeye Racing Network. Like I said earlier on, that went to Matt Yorker, moving up 5 positions from 13th to 8th. He was inside of a top 5 at one stage, but late in the race, a little bit of contact, and unfortunately, he fell back to position of 8, but still enough to be your Buckeye Racing hard charger for the AssasinDesigns Spring Fever. Don't forget, you can check out Buckeye Racing Network on YouTube and all the social media channels. They look after the Regal Performance 360 winged sprint, or Regal Promotions 360 winged sprint cars on a Monday night, so make sure you check them out as well and support the people that are also putting on these broadcasted events live across the social media channels and here on iRacing.com. But that'll do it for us. Again, a big thank you to, of course, Andrew and the entire team at the Regal Promotions for allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to broadcast this AssasinDesigns Spring Fever presented by Drew Alton Racing. But until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we say farewell, good night from Cedar Lake Speedway. Congratulations to Logan Herbert.